Hello and welcome to my channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm finally happy to show you some of my historic property, right? This historic property is about 130 years old, and I took the challenge of start renovating, restoring this property in a way that will maintain the essence, that will maintain all the beautiful elements of the house. And what you're seeing right now, this property is about 4,000 square feet. And what you see is a section of the living room, the main living room, because it has like a parlor, a two-parlor living room and all these things. But you see a section of it, and behind me you see how tall are these windows, right? So this house is beautiful, about 11 feet tall ceilings, and it has obviously a lot of challenges, right? So if you guys know, my channel is about restoring, remodeling, and all these things. In this case, we're going to talk about restoration of a historic property. Now, there are a few things that if you live in a historic property, right away you're going to understand that it's a big challenge, right? That we're going to have a lot of hurdles, that we're going to have a lot of things that we want to solve, and sometimes we are tempted to think in the easiest, fastest route. And I'm going to go through some things to avoid that frustration. Well, I'm going to talk definitely about the windows in this video, and I want to guide you to some steps that you want to take to help to minimize the cost of energy consumption, right? When you're in the middle of winter, in the middle of summer, you're going to have that huge fluctuation in your energy bill and all that stuff, and you don't want that, right? You want to avoid those things. Besides that, you're going to have the frustration with little mosquitoes, insects flying in your house, and I know why, and I'm going to show you why. So again, we have these beautiful details in this window, right? We don't want to get rid of the beautiful details on our windows, and we have a single panel. Right? A single panel means that it's only one piece of glass. Normally you will have this glass that is a little wavy and stuff like that. It's just back in the days, that was the best way of producing glass, the commercial glass, right? So they have defects. Now you don't have that many defects on glass. But there are a few things that are critical, and that's why we lose a lot of heat or cooling or air conditioning through our windows. The first one obviously is the single panel, which doesn't give us a lot of resistance of our temperature. The other one is sometimes they just rattle, right? So because they are loose, they were not meant to be nice and sealed, because it's wood against wood, and they have just some little seals here and there that they added, after, like copper seals and things like that. And the other thing is that obviously you're gonna have a lot of perforations both outside and inside. So for the situation with your glass, if you notice this glass is a little loose in some areas, you want to go ahead and reglaze your windows on the outside. That means that this kind of putty that you put around the windows will help you to seal your single panels, right? So you don't have that much loss of heating or cooling, right? And they sell this glazing. They sell it on in your regular hardware stores, or home improvement stores. And they sell it not only like this, but like Play-Doh, so you can actually mold it, just get a chunk, mold it, and put it all around, right? So you have these little pins that will hold the glass together, or the glass pins, and then you put it around. I have some videos about it. You may want to go and take a look at them. And the other thing is that you're going to have perforations. Through the years, people put curtains and put decorations on the outside, and through all those little holes, you're going to have a lot of issues, right? Now, if you notice, we have this section inside has some weights. That's how the windows used to work. And the situation is that obviously you're gonna have a lot of little cracks, and the wind, and it's gonna be a gap in between the outside and the inside that can bring a lot of the stuff that we're talking about. So we want to make sure that we seal that with the proper caulk, exterior caulking on the outside, interior on the inside, obviously. And one last thing is that a lot of people may go through the possibility of installing storm windows. These, vinyl or aluminum frame windows that you put on the outside, but obviously you're gonna, destroy the beauty of them, because you're gonna put a lot of screws, you're gonna put a lot of things, and then your window is gonna be completely covered with all these other little frames, right? And especially in a historic house, by law, I'm actually not allowed to change my windows for some sort of vinyl windows or put a whole bunch of things, and I don't want that either, because I want the beauty of the house to stay for many years to come, right? So that's how, by just researching, I was able to find a company that I'm really happy to introduce to you guys that is called Indo. Now, Indo is like window, but Indo, right? Without the W. Had the same situation. The CEO actually went through the situation of having a house that had beautiful windows, but he didn't want to tear it down. So he wants to create something that will last for a long time, that is easy and practical for us. And that's how I actually was able to talk to them. And I have about 38 windows, including an oval window that I have here that they're able to cover too. And not only that, but they, you know, the amount is about, again, 4,000 square feet plus whatever have space in the attic. So it's a big house, right? And changing all these windows will cost me, I don't know, a fortune. Not only that, but I won't be allowed to change them for other type of things, and I don't want to lose these beautiful things. So they created these panels with, you know, some sort of plexiglass that you can actually, it has a patent rubber seal around, right? What we call a foam. That when you measure the windows really well with their proprietary measurement tool that they actually send it to you, I'm going to go over that stuff in a moment. You want to snug this beautiful frame that actually just blends in with your window, and you're going to have a lot of retention of air and a lot of retention and you're going to avoid all those little insects to come in. Now the cool thing about it is that you can actually remove it, clean it, assist it, and put it back again. That's something that you're not able to do with regular aluminum storm windows. You run into spider webs that you're not able to remove because they're in between things. So it's too complicated, and this one will make it more simple. Obviously, it has some safety features so it doesn't fall on top of you in case of you having, you know, I don't know, hurricane winds pounding in your house. That happens to me actually in this case. So those are the most important elements that I found. Now when you're going through the process of preparing your window, you see that this window needs to be painted, organized. So we're going to go ahead and clean it really well. We're going to apply our caulk really well. We're going to put the glazing in the outside, and we're going to proceed on the painting part of the window. But for the cleaning, I will suggest, obviously follow all the recommendations, but I will suggest to use cleaners like this guy. So here, this one over here is phosphate free. This one is not, but both are really good. Obviously, use some gloves when you're working. Use a little scrubbing, like dishwashing pad. And the situation with the phosphate free is that phosphate is not that toxic, but the thing is that it helps the proliferation of a lot of algae. And as you know, if it falls into creeks, into areas that are like that, you're gonna create a lot of more issues. Now, you know, if you wanna go over a little bit of the science, the algae will absorb all the oxygen and fall down, and it will kill a lot of our aquatic life. We don't want that, right? So when you have little holes like I have over here, you want to go ahead and put some putty, and I suggest to use something that will allow you to kind of seal and work again. Because sometimes I have the ones that you open the cover and everything is exposed to the air, so it dries really quick, and you have to kind of throw away half of the product. So this one is good because as you go window by window, you can actually use it, close it, and continue later on. So those are my tips to work with this. Now the company will actually send you, once you talk to them, they will send you the package, and inside the package the instructions are organized. They can actually set up an appointment with you, and they can go over the way you're going to measure, and I'm going to go obviously over this in other videos of how to measure your windows, how to input the information in their system, and you know, in the nice way of actually installing everything in a practical and, you know, labeled manner. So instead of, you know, imagine me with 38 windows knowing which window is which, well, you can actually input the stuff over there, and the panel will come exactly for that measurement, measure with their laser equipment that is sent to you. So these are my tips, and I hope this will help you to restore your house. I'm going to go over all the repairs of the cracks and the plaster and all those things, and I hope you can actually join me in other videos where I'm going to go over those things and steps that I have, and you know, we can all have fun. And if you have any questions, concerns, please go ahead and do them. And you know, please subscribe, share, and like. Hit the little notification bell over there, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.